am live. Here we go. Do do do. Been live for 13 seconds. Talk to the SS Asura 2. Destroy destructible. 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 Do. There's nobody on yet. Nobody likes me. It's so sad. He's so sad. I got the environmental suit from the torchbearer. 'Cause I'm special like that. do. Let's close.
I am back. Hello.
Hello.
Everybody.
Welcome. But you don't get a third welcome, just a two.
Yes, unfortunately, I actually had to spend money on this and buy out the event.
Oh, that's terrible. You must be heartbroken.
I am, because I shouldn't have had to pay for any of this.
Well, I'm sorry. I blame Canada.
Here they come.
I blame work.
Well, I still blame Canada. The event's still live, so I don't know why you'd have to pay for it. Are you going to miss it by like 1 or 2 days or something?
I was going to miss it by like 3 days.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm still blaming Canada.
I do blame Justin Trudeau.
Yep.
People of Canada, rise up and take your country back.
Wow. There's something to be said for that. That's called sedition. It's the word of the day.
Country.
You're inciting sedition, so yeah. Doesn't make you blameless there, buddy.
No, I'm just giving advice.
Yeah, I don't think anybody wants your advice.
But it's like my opinion, man.
Nope. You don't have a right to an opinion.
In this country, I do.
Nope.
For now.
Especially not. Especially not in this country.
But we should go to an undiscovered country from henceforth.
So, Alaska? We're going to Alaska?
I was thinking I was trying to lead in with a Star Trek related. Never mind.
Hey, GSQ, how are you?
Hi, GSQ.
It's very good to see you, GSQ. I am destroying things in Moss with freaking pets because I'm awesome. One of my ships is stuck inside the building. He's drunk.
Recall.
No, I can't recall him because he's my what do you call him? My attack craft. If I recall him, I gotta wait 2 minutes before I can get rid. I can put him out there again. But have you done the daily yet? GSQ. Storming the Spire is the universal. Ow. Ow, ow, ow. I would have been here slightly earlier, but I had real life got in the way. I'm disappointed in myself. I let real life matter again. I kept telling myself I wouldn't do that. Target shields have failed. Has it really? Has it really? You haven't been on the game in days. Well, I mean, at least you're honest. I haven't had you around to like heckle me or anything for so long. I was getting lonely. But had to start dealing with people like Chaos, and there's no excuse for that. I'll have to be burned at the stake for that. Request assistance, but I'm not going to give you assistance because you're mean to me. Do. Murdered the Earthling. I bet you can't. I challenge you to a snowball fight. And then I'll pretend I have glasses on. You wouldn't hit a man with glasses, would you?
Most definitely.
Well, you would. That's because you're an asshole. But GSQ is awesome. Well, I mean that's fine if you would too, but I mean, see, we're talking about like cool people like GSQ. Chaos here is not among that cool people crowd. So I can make fun of him because I mean he can't do anything about it. He's just a chaos person. It's just the way things are. I didn't make the rules. Technically I did, but we're not supposed to be paying attention to that. I wear glasses like when I'm reading and stuff like that. That's because I'm getting old. But yeah, I've punched plenty of people with glasses on. But we're not supposed to be like comparing me to someone who's good either. So I mean, I think that kind of goes without saying.
Only if it's Frost.
Huh?
Remember, everybody, if Frost is wearing glasses, it's okay.
I mean, if you guys want to punch me and I'm wearing glasses, that's fine. I'm not actually bothered by that. I just don't want to hear the complaints that come afterwards. When you're wondering how your teeth ended up in your throat, I mean, I don't need to hear that complaint. It's just the way things are.
So what are you flying in, bro?
I'm flying the Vanguard carrier and doing my defensive Starbase 1 thing.
What type of build are you using?
I'm using an elite attack craft build.
As in, my pets do all my work and I just fly around and look cool?
No, I mean, I do the... I worked really hard to get the best pets in the game, which is not an obvious thing to do. And I still do work on my own, but I also do gravity wells.
So, science pet build. That's cool.
It's not a heavy science pet build. It's just to get them in the same area so my pets can finish them off and stuff. But yeah, I don't ever have to like worry about being destroyed or anything. I'm supposed to wear glasses. You're supposed to wear glasses? What the heck? We can't have GSQ going blind on us. That's not allowed. You go put on your glasses, Missy. So yeah, I have the elite um, uh, Gemidar attack craft as my pets, the frigates, uh, and I'm also using um, the Hydra device as well as all of the
That
Gemidar
console.
Subite devices. I've got all the Dominion devices all together. I've got um, the Swarmer Matrix. So yeah, I'm doing quite a bit of damage that way. This is a very nice setup. But yeah, I'm using the Elite Gemidar attack ships, which are Polaron Dual Cannon, Polaron Beam Array, Polaron Turret, Quantum Torpedoes, Cannon Rapid Fire 3, Anti-Proton Sweep, Beam Array Overload 2, chance to initiate ramming speed when below 50% health. And the first one has a 200% bonus to damage and damage resistance. I don't think I can do much better than that. But it's not a simple thing to do either. The only one I'm thinking about changing out is the digitization matrix thing, because it doesn't really help me. It's just kind of there. So I was thinking about going along the lines of, I don't know. I haven't really decided what I'm doing with it yet, but something. Maybe
I would go with the Jirok carrier console if you're not already using it.
I don't know what that is.
The Jirok carrier, the Alliance carrier console.
Which one is that?
Stabilization. 1 second.
I don't know what he's talking about. Bup, 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 bup. So how is everyone today? Is anyone want to do anything at all? Please, please let me know. I'm not shy about being involved in what other people are doing, but obviously I need to know what you guys are talking about.
It is the console that you're looking for would be called the Sensor Suppression Burst.
Sensor Suppression Burst. And you're not going to tell me what ship I get that off of, are you?
I just told you 3 times, but
No,
I'll
you said the
reiterate.
Girard, but I don't know what the hell that is.
The Alliance carrier. It was the last Kittimer Alliance ship we got.
All right. Okay. Going to the... That's the wrong one. Okay. The Jirok Alliance carrier. I'd never even looked at that ship. But I will get it right now.
Okay, well, with doing pet builds, it has a good console.
I didn't know because I'd never thought about using it before.
Okay, and that's why I'm telling you. And the elite pets that you get off that ship, they're pretty good too.
But they're not better than the Gemidar. That much I'm
I
sure
don't
of.
know. I don't know. I haven't used the Jim Hadar.
Have you used the Gemidar attack ship?
No, I don't fly Jimmies, and I'm not willing to put forth the investment to get one.
Well, I did put forth the investment to get one.
Well, I'm happy for you. I'm not willing to go that route.
But in order to get the attack ships, you have to have a level 6 carrier off of a Jemadar character.
Yeah, well,
Then you have to get a Jemadar attack ship, get that up to level 6. And then you can get the ship as a pet in the to pair with this ship.
well, that's amazing.
It takes like a good.
I don't fly pet builds.
Okay.
So, no.
Well, I don't think you're a bad person for not liking pet builds. I mean, you're a person, but
I can have my wrong opinions.
yes, you can have your wrong opinions. But I appreciate you letting me. Hey, Sophia. I have seen the latest Picard episode. I have my reservations about it, if that makes any sense.
I like the captain of the Titan.
I do too. He's by far my favorite character. I like him more than Riker. I actually like him just as much as Picard.
Yes.
I mean, he's...
And it's because he pokes them. And he knows he can poke them. He looks at Picard. He's like, "No, shut up, old man. You're retired." And you, do boy, you shut up too. You have no chair. You have no ship. You're on my ship. Shut up.
Well, that's awful aggressive.
Well, I'm paraphrasing for not doing spoilers, but you know, that was by far some of the greatest acting I've seen. I just love that interchange of dialogue. It was nice.
500,000 energy credits. That was awesome. Okay, so what is this ability? No, that's not the ability I just had. I unlocked the ship, and now I don't have the thing available to me.
The console?
Yeah, I'm looking for it.
Well, you have to open the ship, get in the ship, and then rip the console off of it.
My goodness.
I know, so many of the things.
So much work.
Yes, but it's okay. You'll survive.
Will I? Will I really?
Doesn't matter.
Okay, there's the sensor suspension burst. And the Alliance Fighter Squadron, I mean, they sound nice and everything, but they're nothing close to the attack ships. I mean, not even close.
What about Valkyries?
I have the Valkyries too. Hello.
Howdy.
It's our favorite person. The Valkyries are nice. I've got the elite ones too. The Valkyries get high yield torpedo and spread. So if you really like torpedoes, and you can get this particular ship, the Monitor Miracle Worker, it is a great build. It really is. But as far as just flat out damage, it does not beat the attack ships. It's not a bad ship by any stretch of the imagination, but just doesn't beat it. That's the difference here. We're talking about why Captain Shaw is the best character in Picard right now.
I'm gonna say I'm loving him. I won't do spoilers, but nabbit, there's some good writing going on and good characterization and good plot development and good scripting and good acting and good directing. What the heck happened? I was at the hospital visiting my husband today, and his afternoon nurse is a Star Trek fan, and I asked her if she'd seen it yet. She said, "No, I heard about the first and second seasons." I'm like, no, you'll love this one. Do I have to watch those? No. Okay.
Yeah, you do not have to.
Yeah.
No,
you definitely
you
have
don't.
to watch them. I mean, there's a few references, but I can get you up to speed in 5 minutes.
Yes, Picard isn't dead. That's all you need to know. Yeah. That's literally all you need to know about the first and third.
In any sense of the word.
He's not dead except for that he is dead. Wait. Yeah, that's a pretty good way of explaining it.
His consciousness has not moved on yet.
Why is this thing called Shalom? I didn't name that ship. It named it for me. What's a Picard? Picard is I used to know the answer to this one too.
One of the greatest written French-British captains ever. Yes, did you see how I did that? He's Norman.
He's Norman.
Okay,
He's-
I thought he was Jean-Luc.
He is, but
John Luck.
Jean-Luc's. But
John
Jean-Luc's-
Luck Pickard.
What?
Pickard, yeah. Pickard.
Now you're being mean, Frost. But Jean-Luc's family, they're Norman French, so they're more British than French, but they still have the French accent.
John Luck Pickard.
Hey, everybody. So the one thing I liked in the last episode is the captain of the other ship, and again, I'm trying not to do spoilers here. When she says his name, Jean-Luc Picard, it's just hissing it. Could not be more sibilant if she
don't
tried.
like that character. It's not that they're badly written. It's that you could easily replace them with anyone else and get a better reception.
Well, we don't know yet. I mean,
Just
what do we know of her?
boring.
They haven't fleshed out that character, and that's great. Don't just give me a character in one lump in a single shot. Let them flesh out a bit.
I agree.
I talked to Ed about this yesterday. I can already tell you what the rest of the season is going to be about. I'm not going to ruin it for anybody, but I knew from the trailers exactly what was going to happen, and I was right.
New, but it's still darn good in my opinion.
Oh no,
In
no.
my humble opinion.
It's a fantastic show, but just lately it's been so easy to just write for an audience that's automatically going to accept it instead of actually doing the work to make a good show. And that's disappointing because they could do so much
I
better.
disagree. I think this is a good show.
No. I'm not saying that it's not, but it's not like transcendental.
No, it's not transcendental. That would have taken some really, really, really over the top writing, which we didn't really do. I mean, they're not doing over the top. That would be great.
Mm-hmm.
But they are trying to make up for kind of nipping an audience for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Now, see, this should have been season 1.
Yeah, you could have easily made it season 1, and nobody would have.
Everybody
Blink.
would have loved it.
It would have been completely reasonable.
Yeah.
You serve the Andorians? Well, it's nice that the Andorians had good service.
Let's see, I think.
So it is going to be Storming the Spire,
Ugh.
which is not my favorite, but it's better than nothing.
You can semi-AFK it as a solo if you want to. You can semi-AFK it with the team if you're all agreeable to it.
Well, I mean, I don't want to, bother people with it or anything.
Throw me an invite, Frost.
Why would I do that?
Because I'm telling you to.
Well, I'm definitely not going to do it if people are going to force me to. Let me finish upgrading these things, and I will happily send an invite to anybody that wants one, especially those not named Chaos.
Let's see, I have to start a Federation tune, Alien,
During
for
the
my next
Klingon event?
adventure with... Hey, I can't do a Klingon because then Ed and I can't team. We've already got Captain Cuddles and Gornalicious on the Klingon side. But for the purposes of costuming for what we're doing... Oh, damn it. Excuse me, I shouldn't have said that bad word. Bad word!
Bad word!
Bad word!
Ban!
Now, do I want to go Federation... do I want to go Science, Tech, or Engineering?
See, GSQ is now pointed out too, so you're really in trouble now.
What? GSQ, what'd I do this time?
You swores.
Yeah, I know. I said the bad words.
The bad words.
I don't wanna
Okay,
go take
anybody
the-
that wants to be a part of this group, please,
Shout if you need another one.
the things and the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Chaos is the R person in Nira. Invite to Teme. And then Mom, did you want an invite?
Yeah, give me a second though, if you have room for it.
Of course. But I don't see Mom online.
No, that's because I'm creating a new tune.
It's because she doesn't like me at all. That's how things are. I'm going to cry now.
Sorry.
So, for anybody that is paying attention even a little bit to the thing at the bottom of the screen, I pulled really, really hard on my nose hairs, and my hair just disappeared. As you can see.
It could have been worse. Your head could have disappeared.
Spoilers are done. Warning spoilers really to begin with, but...
Okay, so that's done. Are you guys Federation or KDF?
I'm Federation.
Yeah.
You just wanted to create a Federation character. What the heck?
Yeah, I know, but he's not going to be able to do it. He's brand new. I haven't even taken him to the tailor yet. I've got him started.
Oh my
I
goodness.
told Ed I would get him started. All right, if you would like to invite Kethra.
Vakethra. That's the wrong button.
Did we say Kafra?
No.
Okay, we got 2 other spots available if anybody would like to take one. Anybody wants to take part in this?
No, thanks all.
To incredibly fast storming the spire. We're level 65.
You can run Storming the Spire at a lot of levels, I think.
Yeah, I think you have to be at least level 50 for it, but anything above that is fine.
Storming the Spire is 50 for basic and also for advanced, so you're good either way.
We're currently on Federation, and I'm only using Federation because that's what this build is currently working on. And I want to test out this new. I want to test out this new suppression thing that I was told to do. That I was threatened I had to do. Probably don't need threat generation. Photonic.
Okay, Green. We'll give you a minute to switch.
Okay, no worries. Nice to know that I'm not the one running the ship here. I don't need that many things just done.
I do like the bad guy character in Picard.
Okay. Well, that's great. Which one? Because there's quite a few of them.
The captain.
Oh, okay.
Name. Starts with a V. That's all I can remember, I think.
Yes, I think it does too. I don't remember it off the top of my head, but...
For right now, it's just...
Her name's Amanda Plummer. No, Vatic.
Well, for right now, it's just the style and swagger of the character.
Well, it's
in the ship. I want the ship in game.
Yeah, the Shrike. Yeah. Actually, Amanda Plummer. Let me think if that is the Amanda Plummer. I know.
Is she Christopher Plummer's daughter?
Could be. No, she's Christopher Plummer's daughter.
That's what I said.
I'm joking. Yes, it is.
The daughter of Chang!
No, that's a different one.
Telling you, no respect around here.
Okay, now I feel foolish because I did correct Frost. He thought Christopher Lloyd was Chang.
Yep, it's a reasonable mistake.
Christopher Lloyd is a Klingon in Star Trek 3. And actually, he does a good job. I love her in that one.
That's what we were talking about earlier. We were saying that if I got one of those Klingon forehead things, I could easily be mistaken for that character. My size and in my
good Chang at con.
I think I do a fairly good job. Yeah.
All we got to do is super glue the patch onto your face, and you're good.
Get a lobster and stick it on her head.
I don't
Stick it
want.
on his head.
I don't want super glue on my face. That sounds painful.
You'll be okay.
We got one more spot available for anybody that wants it. But otherwise, we are launching in 15 seconds.
Okay.
Well, when I say super glue, I mean spirit gum.
It's spirit gum, super glue. Yeah, same thing.
It's the same thing. I was like, wait, no, it's not.
No, I have to disagree, Mom. Spirit gum is a little bit more forgiving.
Yeah, I've had some adventures with
Minorly
this.
more forgiving.
A few adventures with various adhesives not being unadhesivable.
Well, there shouldn't be anything to worry about. Should be a wee-woo on there. There shouldn't be anything to worry about. I know that I'm a good player, and I know that Mom's a good player. I think Chaos is a good player. I don't really know, but I know actually he's a really good player. And I have my moments, so I think we're good.
For this one, I don't think there's a fail option.
There is not.
Yeah. So it's just a matter of how much you can do.
Mom can't even get her own unique ship.
What, you don't like my ship?
I'm using your ship,
Oh, okay. Well, there we go then.
but mine is better.
I rammed your ship, Frost.
Yep, clearly it made a difference.
I'm trying to give it some character.
Well, it's got character all its own.
Ah, there we go.
I've got the Riemann prototype shield on there, and it makes it look pretty unique.
Pretty unique. That's like kind of pregnant.
Kind of pregnant,
Yes.
yeah. Not notably so just yet.
One thing I do like about this one is you can start moving even before the story starts.
Can we please get rid of the time gate?
No.
No. Actually, that's what makes this good. Once you get through the first wave, it's time gated and you can run as a private AFK because of the time gates. But this first one's a little lengthy. Thank you very much. Two, one.
No one saw that. The Congregator.
The Congregator, I like that.
It's like he's like gathering people for church or something. I'm gonna just hang out here and destroy all the ships that show up.
Yep, there's 6 sets over here, and then wave 2 goes on. That's just shoot 'em up. So now we have 10 minutes of shoot 'em up. I just think it's a long time for really not having a purpose.
Well, you have to remember this map was designed when ships in the game only threw about maybe 1500k DPS.
Yeah, I know. 1500k, that's a lot of DPS.
That's over 1 million DPS.
I mean, I'd be happy with that, but no. 15k DPS I'd go for when this map came out.
Okay, sorry, numbers.
Numbers
And
hurt
it's
your
my
head.
day off. So day off and numbers don't.
That's
I don't
not
math
exactly
on
a
my
thing
day
for you.
off.
You don't math when they're day on either.
Yes, I do. I'm a production line worker. I have to math every day.
Oh my goodness. Do they let you work
Otherwise-
without your shoes on?
Huh?
Do they let you work? Do they let you work without your shoes on? It's a
They
joke.
give me a calculator, Frost.
He's being so mean to you.
They give me a calculator.
Well, that's good. Is it a short Chinese person?
Actually, it's a Mexican.
Okay.
Do they have to
I'm
be short,
impressed.
though?
No, but this one is, so... Well... Not saying anything, moving on.
At the moment, we only have one person who's, I think, Mexican in the office. Because we're a small office, we don't It's not that we're not diverse. It's just when you don't have a lot of people, you get kind of limited on how diverse you can be. And there's one thing he's not, and it is not short.
Yes. Well, there are a multitude where I work, and they're all different shapes and sizes. They're a great multitude of people, and I respect them highly.
Hey, everybody who's in our office is amazing. Especially my technicians when my welder wants to go haywire. My God, our welder's so flipping brilliant. I love him.
I want to be a welder.
No. I work with robot
Oh,
welders, and if they miss something, if something doesn't get placed right by another machine, well, they don't know what they're doing, and as long as their sensors say, hey, do it, the machine just runs.
yep.
So sometimes it likes to go a little bit crazy and weld everything to everything, and I have to call a technician and be like, hey man, make this thing smart again.
Hey, green-eyed first. Don't worry about it. It's a game.
It's Yvonne Marcus!
Bye, Marcus!
Hey, Vaughn.
Yay! It's fun, Marcus. Do-do-do.
Jane, his wife. Wait, I don't think your wife's name is
Do-do-do-do.
Jane.
No, that's the other one. You're thinking Jetsons.
Oh.
I'm thinking cat scratch fever.
Uncle Ted.
Oh, yeah.
Stop stealing my kills. Get your own.
Kill faster. I
I'm
won't have
killing
to steal
pretty
them.
fast.
Not fast enough.
I'm trying to cover an entire quadrant. You can bite me.
And I'm in a beamboat, so
So,
man.
you need like a special recognition for that.
Excuse me. Sorry. I have the sleeping Loki legs.
Understandable.
So as I said earlier, Hubs is in the hospital, so I thought, I'm taking the dogs to the forest preserve, and we got lost.
How was
And
that?
Pardon?
Was it an adventure?
Not an adventure. Well, yeah, it was an adventure when I hit the brambles, fell backwards, and cut the crap out of my. Excuse me, cut the heck out of my hands.
Mom!
I know. I'm just such a bad
Hey,
person.
she's allowed. It's a traumatic moment. She's allowed. It hurt.
Yeah,
It hurt a lot.
it hurt a lot, and I still was lost, and it took me another half hour to figure out where we were. We wound up like half a mile further east in the woods, in the brambles, and the dogs are getting tired. When they get tired, they start pulling a lot.
Right.
So, I mean, dragged back towards I don't know what.
You're forgiven
then-
this time.
Came home and they decided, I think we'll just take a nap with all of our mud, all over your freshly cleaned floors. But it was a very good way to spend a morning.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. Very pleasant to be outside, and the rain started after we got back to the car, so yay.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, that's the best part because wet dogs, muddy dogs, rainy dogs, no. We don't want that.
So,
Language!
my Friday was great.
Oh, what'd you do on your Friday?
I went to work. When I got to work, I got out of my vehicle and locked my keys in it.
Oh, God.
Luckily, my coworker had a Slim Jim and he popped my lock.
Yay.
And then my machine decided to be haywire all night. I swear I had gremlins.
It does happen.
And came home, get in the driveway and my tire goes flat.
Yeah, you do have the gremlins with you. The Menehune.
I got some hoodoo witch doing some voodoo on me. I swear that I got somebody doing some hoodoo.
Did you do wrong by somebody this week?
I don't know. I
Go
may have without even realizing.
Go burn some sage and run it around your house.
Okay. Wait. I don't have sage, but I do have other medicinal things. Does that count? Does that work?
No, I think that
Or does
actually
it have to
attracts
be
them.
the sage?
I think that actually attracts them.
Depends on which one. You know, maybe if you did a little onion and garlic with some tomatoes and topped it with a little cheese.
Now you're making me hungry.
Yeah. Yeah, I you know, Pub's not here. I'm cleaning things because, you know, he's been basically unable to clean anything for months, if not years.
Sorry to hear that.
I know, it's cancer, it's a joy. So since he's temporarily, I hope, hospitalized, it's like, I'm cleaning everything.
Indeed.
Yeah. So, which is why we had a delicious
May
dinner.
he have a speedy recovery.
I don't know that that's going to happen. We'll just push for a recovery period.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just trying to put the good vibes out there, Mom.
It's pretty nasty, and it's been going on for years. He's actually been dealing with cancer on and off for 35 years.
Oh, I understand that. I'm a survivor.
Oh, good for you. I'm so happy that you did. I mean, he got through 2, so, you know, number 3, and he's getting a little older, and things are happening faster than he can deal with it. But his brother came by on Friday evening and said, you need to be in the hospital. So, got a sorry butt over there.
Right.
Yay, so good on his brother.
Yeah.
Yep. Thanks a lot, Bon Marcus. I appreciate all the good thoughts. I'm trying to stay realistic here, and, you know, but he's in the hospital where he's getting oxygen, which he desperately needed, and hopefully some decent medical care, and doesn't have a grouchy wife. So, you know, all good things.
Hey, Yuri. It's awesome to see you.
Hey, hi, Yuri.
Is that the Aussie? It is.
Yuri the Black. Hold on, what are you doing up at this? Hold on, is it morning there or evening? It's morning there, right? Afternoon. It's 10 in the morning.
Good day, mate. Good to smell you.
I was chatting with WC not too long ago, so I guess it is past morning time. I have never been to Adelaide.
We're doing Storm of the Spire right now. I guess Mama's trying to level up a character type of thing.
Adelaide, that's like, it's in the Bay West Coast area.
Oh, I've really never been there. I've been to Melbourne and Sydney and a few other places along the way.
Nah, I think it's on the West Coast, if I'm not mistaken.
South. Oh, South is kind of vague. It's a big country. I don't know if you were aware of that or not.
Yeah, bro. The habitation zone in your country is the South Coast. So which side of the South Coast?
Kind of like the southern U.S. that covers a lot of territory and a whole bunch of different cultures.
And all of them are questionable.
Yeah. Speaking of questionable, I understand that there's going to be a Twitch convention in Vegas in October. So DT and I are chatting about going there. Victoria to the east of us, Western Australia to the west. Okay.
If Western Australia was to the east of you, I would be a little concerned.
It is, technically. It's just like 23,000 miles to the east. It's very east.
It's very east. It's alt west.
Old West.
Tetrian Vengeance.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Well, so I know what the weapon is on this one. It's my Tetrion ship. The anti-proton is the spelled AUNTIE proton. And yes, indeed, she is a phaser build. No. I forget every now and then what I've named or why I've named the ships, what I've named them, and who's got what and all that.
Extreme turn!
We should have a fleet shuttle event.
How would that work?
Everybody has to equip shuttles, and we play missions that we can play on shuttles.
Isn't there like only 2 of them you can play with multiple people? And both of them suck.
Yeah, well, yeah. Picky. Being picky there, Frost.
Picky.
Yeah, really. Did we get them all?
You have a mini Quacken? How do you have a mini Quacken?
It's a guy, a duckling.
Quack, 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 quack. So my wife loves me and proved it today. I have a thing where one of my muses for writing are sour candies and stuff. So she decided that just out of the blue she would buy me an entire 10 pounds of sour cherry candies.
Wow. That's impressive.
That's a lot.
Looks delicious.
I only use it to keep my creativity in check. Because otherwise I don't know what I'm doing.
So sucking down sour candies keeps your creativity in check?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Everybody that does like creative work, they have a muse.
Oh, mine's disco music.
Well, that's a muse.
It is indeed.
I have an oral fixation that allows me to do it.
Ah.
It summons less things. Well, I go for efficacy. I mean, when my pets can do 85k is a crit, I'm going to stick with them. Shutting down a map because there's too many things on it is not my idea of a good time. Especially not on something like Onslaught where there's already like 500 things on the map.
Can anyone think of a good reason to play the tutorial for a Starfleet tune?
If you've never played it before, it's very helpful.
I've played the game a few times.
No, you definitely need to do it because you've never played before ever.
Yeah, let's go find a tailor. This guy does not look...
Yeah, that's definitely less slots in a shuttle. But I guess you could put you could fit the swarm, and you could fit the engage the Hydra and all sorts of other stuff to it. But yeah, you could make it work, but because it's protocol. So I decided to shave my head this morning, and I saved the hair. Does anybody know a decent charity to donate hair to? Because I looked and I couldn't find anything that I could do on a short notice.
What color is your hair?
My hair is... What?
No, there's rules for it. That's why I'm asking what color is your hair.
It's auburn brown.
Is there any gray in it?
Yes.
Then you can't donate it.
Why not?
They have a rule about gray hair not being acceptable.
There's not a lot
Unless
of gray.
they've changed it. Yeah, no, that was one reason I was going to donate my hair. And they used to forbid it. But yeah, Locks of Love used to be the big one.
I mean, when I look at it, you can't really tell there's any gray in it, but it's definitely there.
Oh, they now accept gray. Okay, so
Okay, well, I will
it will
talk
go
to
for
them.
adult hair. So it won't actually go into a hairpiece, but they will tell it.
Well, there you go.
Oh, they really have changed their rules. You used to not be able to do colored hair. So yes, Locks of Love, as was suggested, would be a good option for you.
Well, there we go. Then that is who I will check. So, does anybody want to do anything? I am here to hang out with you guys while I wait for my youngest to come back from her very first like official event thing.
Like a date?
No, she went to a. I don't really know how to explain it. It's a public, like non-profit event thing, but it's not for a traditional cause type of thing. And I don't know if I'm even allowed to talk about it very much, but yeah, it's her very first event, and she had to do it because she wants to get this scholarship to a camp this summer.
Mm-hmm.
And so they went. They had never done anything close to this before. And so they were overwhelmed by it, understandably. And so I had to go down there and kind of give them some perspective. And I think they're sticking with it. But I kind of. I'm a little nervous with the whole thing that's going on because if they enjoy it, that's great. Because, I mean, I've devoted most of my life to volunteer work. But I don't want to put somebody in a position where they're not comfortable there. But she's very happy at the moment with what she's doing. I don't know if it's going to stay that way, though. So, crossing my fingers.
Well, she's young. She's going to change all those things.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. My daughter is already reconfiguring the way that she thinks rules apply to her. So, I think that's everything else is going to change, too. So, that being said, does anybody want to do anything? Anything at all? Or, we could all work on new characters and see how it actually works and such. And for any absolutely new players, I can give some pretty good hints on how to make the most of your beginning time. But all that is up to you. So I am here to service and hopefully improve your gameplay. By the way, there's one thing I wanted to mention. If anybody gets a chance to go outside and look, there is a spectacle going on in the sky that hasn't happened in, I think, at least 400 years. It is definitely not common. Yeah, Von Marcus, keys are they're the easiest way to make you see. And they're up to 12 million right now, so it shouldn't need to take very long. But the planet Venus and the planet Jupiter are in the sky in almost the same place for the last 2 weeks, and I think that's going to change fairly shortly. But they are by far the brightest stars in the sky right now, and they're right next to one another. So it is absolutely unmistakable. Even if you don't know anything about stargazing, go out there and check it out. The smaller star is at the bottom, that's Venus, and the larger star is, of course, at the top, and that's Jupiter.
The conjoining of Venus and Jupiter.
They're not becoming one planet. That's what conjoining means.
I use it as an astrology term.
Okay. Anyway.
It's a conjunct. They're conjuncting.
For anybody that follows Strange New Worlds, this is what used to be the Federation Starbase. So that's something. There's a nice little tidbit there to pay attention to.
It's on the other side of the planet, isn't it?
And there is the other starbase. So they didn't forget about that piece of it.
Where he is in now is what we call San Francisco Yard.
So as far as raising EC without spending Zen or Dill, you can easily make 1,000,000 EC a day by doing Galaxy at large. If you get to the point where you can get enough of the sublight engines to hit, like, I think you can do an average warp 28 and hit. If you can hit, I think it's 12 spots, you can hit 1,000,000 EC, and that's every 20 hours. So if you're really dedicated, that's one easy way to do it. Another really easy way to do it is just run patrols and sell everything. You get about 100,000 every time you do that, and you can do that pretty consistently over and over and over again. The less you want to fast track it with real money, then the more work that has to go into it. But you can run an advanced or an elite and get the same volume from it. So you don't even have to like push yourself as far as like the cost and such is concerned. But there is not a limit. There is no limit as to how much loot you can get in a day.
Yep. Nobody knows you can do as much as you want.
And Mom is probably the best person to speak on that because she has spent literal days on Romulus collecting things without sleep, which we're angry at her about. But
Romulus is a great spot, but Romulus you can get tons of dill there too. I mean, you can.
Well, Osiris, I don't know where you are in the night sky, but if you look up Venus and Jupiter in the sky, they'll tell you where they are, where you're at. I think there's the Planetary Society has a thing that's talking about it right now, so they might be able to tell you as well. But it is a fairly rare event, not galactically, but as far as we witness here on Earth. So it's definitely worth something to check out if you're interested in the stars at all. So that's a cool thing going on that's Star Trek like. And I think it'll be going on for at least the next for the next 2 weeks that you can see it above anything else. Hold on a second, I gotta Elliot meter inside for over. Okay, so yeah, again, I don't know where you are at this moment, Cyrus, but again, I do think it is worth the recognition. I even get my youngest to pay attention to it, and if it's not Minecraft related, she doesn't care, and she was fascinated by it. So there's something to be said for that. So don't everybody like say something at once. I mean, just
Okay, we won't. We'll all be very quiet.
I'm sorry, I'm fleshing out a fire at will build.
You're fleshing out a fire at will build because you are one of the upper damage dealers in the game. Maybe you'd like to educate our audience into more effective ways of putting together your builds. It's if you are not otherwise disposed.
No, I'm not otherwise disposed. I'm just discombobulated at the moment. I didn't know I was going to be put on the spot, sir.
Okay, well, you kind of should be used to that.
Is there a way to get rid of a nose from a tune?
A nose? I guess that depends on.
To have a nose.
Depends on the species.
He's alien.
Then yes, there is. You have to give them a nose type that is fairly close to the face, and there are quite a few of them actually.
Yeah, well, there's a flat nose, which I can do.
And I think there might actually be one where it's recessed, but I think that might be a Riemann. So I'm not absolutely certain, but I know there are a lot more options on the KDF side as far as the facial features, and I don't entirely know why that is, but I know that's the case. You'd be up for blasting through TFOs if you want. I'm not really up for anything in particular, but I mean, if you want to do anything, put out a call for something. We'll see if we can get some people involved, and we'll go run it. Whatever you're hoping to do. I mean, I'm not here for me as much as I'm here for you. I enjoy the time. I enjoy getting my stuff done, but you guys are far more important in that regard. It's just
He's so modest.
What are you talking about?
No.
Shield healing on the
Quiet,
ground.
self-effacing.
Yeah. Shield healing. I don't want to do shield healing. It takes forever.
Ground or space?
Ground.
Brown.
So I can't even involve other people in it. I mean, I don't have the problem. It's just easy to do. I mean, if need be, I'll just go on Kisiki and he can do it passively, so I don't have to pay attention to it.
Oh, I've got his nose so flat that his nostrils are in his upper lip now. I think that's a little too flat.
That is a little unusual.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's an interesting outfit. So, the best place for marks, in my opinion, you got Harvest 1 Space Mat, 1 or 10 Undine ships, 500k Disruptor space. Undine are pretty easy to get to. Oh, we were inviting earlier. If you want to run it again, I mean, no. This is my character. I'm running the one running right now, but I'm sure Mom is going to be doing some Space Barbie here or Ground Barbie in a bit.
I can.
This is my character Rawl, that of course has been around for a bit. So you finished the event yesterday. Well, congratulations, Osiris. I haven't checked out the new thing yet, so I figure I might as well do that. I haven't even thought about it, but it is worth checking out. So, event featured reward info. Where do you reclaim rewards? Ground equip, torch bearer ground gear.
I haven't even looked at my new ground gear.
Well, that's what I'm looking at right now. And here we go. The environmental suit. 10% run speed. That's nice. Energy damage resistance rating, environmental damage, radiation, toxic, maximum hit points, root resistance, knockback resistance, space jump, toggle lights, torchbearer reinforcements. Beam in a torchbearer assault squad to assist you in combat for 20 seconds. Well, that's cool. I don't know if it's as cool as this one. But that's the 32nd century one. I like that one a lot. This one also gives you 10% run speed, so you're moving a lot faster by using it. That's something to pay attention to for the winter event. Yeah, or the summer event. Because you get all sorts of run speed from those two different sets. It'll even beat out the disco ground gear. That's what I was thinking. But the disco doesn't have an environment, so you think. It's Talia! Talia! It's tall in ya. It is the Duffster. It's the Duffster who's joined us in chat as well.
Good evening.
Good evening.
How are you, the Duffster?
Pretty good.
Okay, I gotta. I'm just checking out.
This is one of my oldest characters, and she's still running Mark 12 gear.
Ah, yeah.
Oh, absolutely, dude. Yes, they do still do events on Ryza during the summer. In fact,
Oh,
that is
yeah,
something we spent
totally.
quite a bit of time doing.
Momlandia. It's going to be renamed to Momlandia next year.
At this rate, probably. But yes, they do quite a bit of stuff still on Risa, and they are changing things up just about every year, and it's quite worthwhile to go just because it's out of the ordinary, but it's still quite a bit of fun. Welcome, Osiris.
Hey!
Or no.
Let's see. I like that a little bit better.
I don't know why I clicked on Aquilon because I don't know who that is, but yay. By the way, for anyone that has heard me speak endlessly about my book, I put 2 more audio book chapters online today. So if reading is not your thing, then even people like Chaos can pay attention to it.
You're so mean.
Well, no, Chaos is mean to me, so he deserves what he gets. He's horribly
I'm sorry,
mean
I
to me.
wasn't paying attention. What were you
See,
saying? I was hitting this bowl.
He was just talking smack about you.
well, yeah.
It wasn't grievous enough. It didn't interrupt my partaking, so I'm good.
See, that's what I'm saying. That is what I'm saying. Hold on a second. Did I do it? Did I do it? Oh, I'm not almost there yet. Almost there.
Now, had his BS talking interrupted me, then that'd be a travesty.
A travesty. Okay, I don't know about travesty.
Thank you, Chaos, for reminding me to hit my own ball.
Wow,
I packed it and got talking to you guys.
we're just that distracting. It
Not
seems like the lowest
distracting,
THC light was
entertaining.
on.
There's a difference.
So,
Okay. Now, Frost, you wanted me to explain how to set up a fire at will build?
I think a lot of people would like to know that, but I'm not going to speak for anybody else because I don't really want to do a fire
I've
well
got a
build,
character that could use pointers.
but I think people would be
Okay,
very interested to hear what you had to say.
Until recently, fire at will builds had been like very bad since Delta.
So, Cass, can you share your screen and I'll put it on here so people can see what your thing looks like?
Yes, I can.
So we're going to look at Chaos's build, and it'll give you some ideas of the changes that have been made to fire at will, so you can target more than one enemy at a time, and so on and so forth.
Well, it's not primarily changes so much in the current mechanics because current mechanics are still the way they are. Fire at will is still primarily a tanking spec firing mode, but with the introduction of the Edison, and unfortunately I do not have it at this time, but the World Razor, because the trait that comes off the ship, not from the box, but off the ship, works really good with beam firing mode.
Yeah, it's easier to stage from the same map. That's definitely true, Osiris. But we're looking at this build to come up with that, and we're currently highlighting Chaos and what he's doing with his build. So just really quickly, could you cover the kind of consoles that you need in order to do this?
Yes, right now I'm experimenting with an Atlas Dreadnought. What I'm using is the console from the Edison, and I'll also be using the trait from the Edison, but we'll get to that. Experimental power redirection.
Pretty
Then I'm
much,
using,
Kodakara. Good. You like the idea of beam overload and fart him to death. Hey, Klingon Pop Warrior, thank you very much for joining us.
Hi, Klingon Pop Warrior.
Continue, Cass.
Yes. Experimental particle redirection. It's 19 plus the energy almost 20%. I wish they'd had given it that 1% extra. That would have been nice. 13% Starship weapon amplification, but the real thing is the clicky about it. Overwhelming area beam attack. It basically grants you 4 other omnidirectionals, and it increases all your energy damage, and it scales with your power level settings. So if you're an engineer, you can basically take an old school power build and get maximum amount of damage out of it with this console.
Okay. Can you explain what ship that or what ship that console comes off of?
That ship comes off the Edison 2. It's a lockbox ship.
Okay, so that answers that question. Anything else that you think is specifically beneficial? Any new things out there that make Fire at Will a bit more effective than other things? Like you were talking about traits.
Right, but I'm getting to all that.
Okay, I don't want to interrupt.
Okay. Then I'm using a timeline stabilizer because of the 15% bridge officer's science cooldown. And it also has other built-in bridge officer and captain ability cooldowns.
And what ship do you get that off of?
You get this off the Crenum science vessel. So you have to get, at this point in time, if you're a new player, you have to get an Epic Phoenix prize token because it was an event ship.
Mom has got like every ship in the game, so I mean, she.
Yeah, and I've got a whole bunch of Epic prize.
Also, the biggest reason I use this console is because it's also a haste console. As with the temporal trajectory shifter. I don't care about the stats on it. It's a weapon damage and haste, another haste console, and it cools down bridge officer and captain abilities.
They want to know how you get your BOF roster.
How I get my BOF roster?
That is the question.
Okay. I click on my duty officers and I click roster, but
Bridge officers, not duty officers.
Huh?
Bridge officers, not duty officers.
Oh. I'm not sure I understand the question.
Those are bridge officers. He wants to know where you can get some of the ones you have.
He's asking where the bridge officers that you've earned that you haven't had join you yet.
Well, I know Marshall Janeway comes from a reward.
Oh. Yeah, most of these are like event rewards and giveaways.
And obviously, Tovin Kov comes from the Romulan.
Yes.
St. Geordie comes from a lockbox. Bastet, that's a watcher. The two Bastets are a watcher. Zakil, that's probably a Jemadar.
No, they're mostly Romulans.
Okay.
There are a couple of Borg. The 7 of 7 is the Riemann board. The 6 of 7 is the human board. Nope, that is a watcher. I have the android female. I got all these bridge bridge officers for basically free, except the lockbox. Well, I opened the lockbox, so. But they're mostly lockbox and Romulan SROs.
For anybody that doesn't know SRO, those are superior reconnaissance officers.
Yes.
And those give you certain advantages to damage in space, raising your critical hit, raising your
That right there, you want Superior Romulan Operative. It gives you +2 crit chance, gives you +5 crit severity, and 15% power recharge speed after you cloak.
And then there's Subterfuge, which is in the same thing that gives you a bonus to damage after you leave cloak.
Yeah, but there's a certain way you have to stack it, and I can never remember how you stack it. I think you have to have all 3 versions of it, and that's how it stacks.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know if you have Superior Subterfuge and Superior Subterfuge, they won't stack with each other.
Okay. Do you want to go over traits of your main character there?
Yes. Traits I'm using are pretty basic if you're an engineer, especially a DPS engineer. I'm using Adaptive Offense, which space trait improves critical strike chance on successful critical striking. A third of this improves. It basically builds damage. It's right here. Gain 2.7% crit chance on critical striking. It gives all the way up to a 3% crit chance severity. Maxes out at 9. That's just good to know. Intelligent Agent Attaché. On critical strikes, restores 2%. It's basically a captain ability cooldown. It's great. Superior Beam Training, which you get beam training normal, and then after you join a fleet and go to your fleet's K-13, you can see the genetics officer and buy the upgraded version there. Which
It goes
is
from
Superior
2.
Beam Training, which is a 7.5 over, I want to say...
2.5 is the other one.
Yeah. It's a 4% increase, which is great for beams.
5%.
Also, Adaptive Offense, Intelligent Agent Attaché, and this one, Context is for Kings. Those are all lockbox space traits, which you can buy off the exchange for anybody who wants to know. Context is for Kings. Basically, when I'm taking damage, it gives me damage resistance, and when I'm not, I get bonus damage. It's a good trait.
No, I'm glad you found your other watcher. By the way, just as something to mention, I do have 8 watchers, male watchers, if anybody is looking for one, and I'm more than happy to give them out to those that are asking. So as soon as Chaos is done doing his thing, I'll make sure to hook up with you, Osiris, and get you one. You can keep going.
Self-modulating fire. That's a crit chance and shield pin bonus. Something special for engineers. This is a EPS overload. If you're running this trait combined with the Board Duty Officer 2442, who handles your power levels, which that duty officer will give you max power levels every time it procs. So running that duty officer with this trait is ideal because of the bonus. If all my power levels are at max, it will give me the maximum +2 crit chance, the negative weapon power cost, the plus to armor pen, and the plus to crit severity. It's great if you're wanting to push an engineer to do DPS.
It's an excellent one to use.
The next one up is Terran Targeting Systems, which is another lockbox trait. EPS Overload and Self-Modulating Fire are also lockbox traits. Terran Targeting Systems is plus 15 to your crit severity. More severity is always good. Hitting harder and killing faster. Brett, the Boimler
Thank you, Ivo, by the way.
Do what?
Ivo is letting us know that Red Alert is starting on the 9th.
Oh, thank you.
The next is the Boimler effect. It's basically reduces all my bridge officers' abilities. It's a cooldown trait.
And this one is unique to the other ones because this one you can only get in the Lobby store. And
Yes.
I don't normally suggest going to the Lobby store for a lot of things, but for this one, definitely very useful. Plus, if you want to do a science build, there's a Lobby store purchase there as well. But otherwise, it really doesn't help you tremendously.
For science, there is a great trait, and I think I actually, yes, Rogue Scientist aboard.
I have a few of those if anybody's interested in them.
It is a great science / torpedo trait. But yes, moving on, Moimler, and the last, this one, Nadion Bypass,
Keep on going,
for
I'll be right back.
Mic
it
off.
just gives your captain ability, Nadion Bypass, a plus 10 energy damage, which this is a beam build, so more energy damage, better. And Inspirational Leader, which I want to go with Inspirational Leader. Yeah, 10% chance to gain a. I'm gonna be honest, I really don't know why, but a friend of mine who was
My
a better
God.
DPSer than me once told me to use this in all my builds, and until one of the eggheads that does all the spreadsheets
Hey.
does that math and tells me something different.
Nothing wrong with spreadsheets. Spreadsheets are our friend.
Yes, they are, but I don't have time for that.
It involves reading and he can't take off his shoes while he's doing it.
Okay, there are DPS builders that like it takes them 6 months to do one build in spreadsheet because they're crunching every number.
He's talking about always using Nadion bypass. Meeson.
No, I'm saying always to use, at least for DPS build, is Inspirational Leader Muse.
Oh yeah, that one as well. Inspirational Leader is very nice because it gives a 10% chance of granting a plus 10 to the starship skills for 15 seconds, and that makes a huge benefit. Because you'd be surprised at how often that thing can proc. It is quite often. So go on to the.
I'm gonna be honest. I ripped most of my builds from Augmented Dictator back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
So most of my knowledge is what I could glean from him and a few other people.
Can you go on to the starship traits?
Yeah, starship traits. First up, we have Calm Before the Storm, which comes off one of the Intel dreadnoughts from the it's the Cardassian trait. So it's from the cruiser or the carrier. I can't remember right offhand, but if you get the Cardassian bundle, which is not a bad bundle because, thank you, the flight deck carrier. but still, if you get the flight deck carrier or the bundle, you get access to some of the most powerful starship weapons in game. And yes, they're not phasers; they're disruptor.
No,
Yes,
it's a fire at will.
this is a beamboat.
You said it was a fire at will. Whatever, keep going.
Yes, it's an energy haste trade.
So you may notice that on a lot of his traits, there's quite a few there that you won't normally see when you're building your ship. Chaos has been building this ship for a number of years, and so he's accumulated quite a few opportunities a lot of people don't have. So I'm very happy that he's telling you where to get these ships, or where to get these traits from. But sometimes when you are as good as, and I have to be serious about this, with as good as I've seen Chaos be, he has every reason to brag about some of these things. This is the pretty
too
life.
long.
No, you can't say that because that means I've been playing too long too.
It looks blue. Why does it look blue? That light's not that blue.
I don't.
It's definitely not that color blue.
It's refraction.
But yeah. Energy weapon cycle, I mean, it's a common trait. It's a haste trait, plus it reduces your energy cost by 50%. Overpower, overgun. The reason I use it, it's in the name.
It's in the main fridge?
Yeah.
I didn't see it. Top shelf?
Second shelf, I think.
Okay.
I mean, it just adds more damage and more haste.
It does look cute in blue, though.
Best diplomat.
Grab a screenshot.
Mic off.
This has been, if you want to do DPS with fire at will, you get best diplomat. Why? Because during beam overload or fire at will, beam weapons enjoy added damage based on engine, shield, and ox power rating. So if you're doing a power build, and if anybody who needs to know, there are a plethora of Reddit boards for builds that explain better than I why everything does what it does. But I use this. It's a maximum 10 bonus damage up to 30%. If you can do this, if you can get your 24 or 42 to trigger it at the right time, and you get all your power levels up, you can have your plus 300. Which, let me tell you, the game will screw you out of.
I know we'll do it a lot too.
Yeah. And then Tearing Goodbye, which comes off the Mirror Connie, which is a lockbox ship. I think it's a promo ship.
Which one?
Tearing Goodbye.
The Mirror Constitution.
I don't think that's a...
Yeah, the Mirror Warship, according to Osiris. And I think he's right. I'm almost certain he's right. I also think it's available on some of the legendary 12th anniversary ships as well.
It's an ultra rare drop from an Infinity box as a T6.
Yeah.
That's it. It wasn't a prize ship, sad to say. It would have been good. I would have gotten that one.
Tearing Goodbye, but accuracy, if you're doing PvP, that's an added bonus. The real thing is the 5% stacking of the crit chance to give you a 15% crit chance for 20 seconds. Because if you're not critting, you're not hitting. And last but not least, the trait to come off the Edison 2, which made this build even possible,
Holy cow.
is while
That is
this trait
obscene.
do what?
That is obscene.
What is
Fire,
obscene?
fire at will or intelligent. I mean, I could use that with my what is it called? The surgical strikes build. Yeah.
Why do you think it was made?
Well,
I'm getting to that.
Okay, I'm sorry. I apologize. I'll show
But why this build is even possible at this point of the game with the current mechanics as I know them. When you have this trait slotted, activating being fire at will or intelligent officers, bridge abilities, improves beam damage and all damage resistance ratings on the side arcs for all you broadsiders. If threatening stance is active for tankers, the damage resistance bonus is doubled. If not, if you're not generating aggro and you equip this with, if you have this trait up with another personal space trait, I want to say incognito. Yeah. Innocuous. Same thing. So 25, negative 25 plus negative 60. So yeah, that's just like having the Exodus protocol combination.
Thank you very much for that information. Again, working with Gas, as much as I hate to say it, he's much more knowledgeable about the game than I am, so I'm not going to fault him
So
for that
wow,
recognition.
you just gained. So okay, awesome. So now it's a 2-step combo instead of a 4-step combo. Epic.
Again, thank you very much for that. That's just some of the new things that have come out. Obviously, there's serious expertise in the fleet, and that's one of the biggest reasons why I am part of the fleet. Is I love working with people that know how the builds
you're not
work.
generating any threat. So
Yeah.
if you want to do a surgical strikes build, slap innocuous, and if you're able to get this trait, and you will not be generating any threat, you can solo advance.
There we go. Obviously, this is Duffy, and his Quacken build is what that comes off of. It's a pretty famous thing in the fleet.
Yes, the Quacken's on a different tune, but yes.
But yeah, he's definitely the one to talk to if you want to just completely obscenely decimate a map. Just
Hey, I can't
so
do it
many
by
things.
myself, but in the few occasions where we've had a couple carriers, I'm always the tipping point.
And I mean, one of the things that I've worked for, and my thing is, I believe that my own personal opinion is the Vanguard carrier is the best carrier in the game, and that's not because of just ego, but because it has the most to support pets. And most notably, you have the Dominion protocol. There are 3 of them, and if you get all 3 of them, then you get a 20% bonus to all of your pets just by having them. And they're not bad ones to begin with. But along with the Hydra, the harmonic yield distribution via radial aperture, that's another 30%. Down here to the Swarmer Matrix, that's another 30% to damage. I was just made aware of this one, which gives you a 20% crit chance from your Hangar Bay pets. Not to mention that these Jem'Hadar attack ships are a pain in the ass to get, but they are quite worth it because if you can see all of the abilities available on this. It's only available for Jem'Hadar characters. That's why I am, of course, using it. I personally enjoy all of the advantages that come with this, but of course, I also use the Link Command Matrix because, well, it's just awesome. And it really gives me the opportunity to see what's possible with a pet build. So while the Quacken may be a very impressive,
It's not built for combat.
yeah, it's not built for combat. This one is built for combat, and I'm quite pleased with how it performs. There are a few differences in it. I'm not trying to compete with anyone on what is the best, what is the worst, but this one I feel takes the most to actually get together because it's several ships. It's a whole bunch of processes to actually get. You have to get the level 6 ability on 2 different ships in order to unlock it with anything other than Geminar character. So there's some work to get involved there, but obviously there are better characters out there, there are better players out there. I'm certainly not the best, but I'd like to think that I've accomplished what I can with a pet build. And obviously for me, there are some specific pet builds that are absolutely critical in my opinion. Eyes of the Swarm is excellent for going after cloaked ships. Of course, there's the Context for King, what Chaos was talking about earlier. Fleet Coordinator increases all of your damage up to 10%. Fragment of AI Tech is just great for the control expertise. This is a fairly new one, the Independent Wingman. For the first hanger pet out, you get a 200% bonus to damage, a 200% bonus to damage resistance. So that one should be around for a little while. Inspirational Leader is really advantageous for all of that. Particle Manipulator, that's for the exotic damage of what I'm trying to do. Unconventional systems, obviously, it's to give cooldowns and everything. Wing Commander doubles the rank XP on all hanger pets. And Regenerative Control Synergy, I just use that because my ship does get damage right now and I've got to work on reducing that, so it's not perfect. Supplementary Coordination Network comes off the new carrier that just came out in the last bundle. And it does a 5% recharge reduction for all the captain abilities, so it's similar to other ones that have been used. Superior Aerial Denial is, of course, grants your fire at will and scatter volley to my hanger pets. Strike Group Command Authority. This is by far the biggest reason to get the Hydra ship, which is the newest. If you hadn't considered any of the other ships, you're looking for a ship to get and you want to do a pet build, this is probably one of the best ones you can get. It is a level 5 ability, so you have to get it up there. But 30% damage to all of your fighters, 40% damage to all of your frigates, and the multi-vector or saucer gets a 50% bonus to damage. I do use some control, so Improved Gravity Well, which comes off of the Tholian Ectomy, which is the other thing that I would highly suggest you get at the Lobby store. Relaunch and Repair, another 5% recharge time on captain's abilities, and health regen to self and carrier pets. And the last 100 is Voth Carrier Synergies, which whenever I use an engineering buff ability, it enables an immunity shield to your pets, so they're going to last considerably longer. Whenever you use a tactical ability, is of course the 10% all damage to your pets, and it enables an aceton mode for your pets for 15 seconds. So there's different things that you can do in the game, and there's certainly things that make you better or worse, what have you. But how you decide to play is really up to you. If you want to do a fire at will build, then obviously you can go the route of Chaos. You can go the route of a lot of other people. Really hope the DT would be here. He's an excellent character when it comes to beam overloads. Specifically, and I know he does a lot with torpedoes and does a lot with surgical strikes, and he's just very good at damage overall, but Chaos is definitely up there. And we are affiliated with a lot of the better players that are out there, so we can give you some really good advice.
Nobody, dude.
But you're connected to
nobody.
people.
I just throw things at the wall and see if they stick.
I was trying to be nice, but fine. Chaos is nobody. Completely ignore him.
I mean, I try to make spaghetti, but most of the time, well, it's not spaghetti.
Well, it is Chaos we're talking about. But at any rate, if we have any questions or any thoughts on what you'd like to try to build, how would you like your character to eventually be in the end game? We can definitely get you to the point where you don't have to worry about advanced, you don't have to worry about an elite, and you certainly don't have to worry about regulars. So whatever you want to do in this game, we've got people that can get you from wherever you are, no matter what your skill level, to wherever you want to be, which, given whatever your skill level you'd like to be at. We've got somebody that is probably in every level of that progression. Mom has probably one of the oldest ones on here, but she's certainly learned a lot, and she certainly offered her space to help out a lot of people. I'm retired military, so I didn't have the opportunity of spending a lot of time in this game until relatively recently, and I met up with Mom, and things just kind of progressed from there. But I've learned a great deal in this game, even though I didn't think I would. I was just absolutely thrilled at what I've uncovered and the people that I've been hanging out with along the way. And I hope I can do the same thing for all of you guys as well. But as far as Chaos is concerned, yeah, he's not worth anything. So don't listen to him. He just sucks. Everybody else, though, everybody else is worth the attention. Is that pretty much the direction you were going there, Chaos?
Yep.
See. But yeah, in all seriousness, Chaos is affiliated to when Augie was on there, when Grumpy Old Nord was on there, and Dever is currently on there, and he's definitely up there as far as damage and potential and stuff like that. So he knows people, even if he himself isn't able to help you, he will know people that can.
I can point you in some direction.
But that being said, does anybody want to do anything?
Yeah.
Do we want to play on Fed or KDF? Anybody wants to do Fed or KDF? So somebody throw out an allegiance, and we can run that direction.
Well,
I'm happy to do anything on either.
Fed right now because I'm one.
Yeah, I'm currently on Fed.
Okay, it looks like we have a Fed thing going. We have 2 other slots open. Anybody else want to be a part of this? Put X's in chat. I can get you involved, and we can get something done. Crickets. Someone kill those
My
crickets.
ex will be there momentarily, swapping tunes.
Somebody. These crickets. I got crickets in my ears.
You have a noisy cricket?
I do. I want a noisy cricket. I mean, I don't think my wife would be very happy with the holes it made, but it'd be awesome.
Uh-oh.
That's a weird looking axe. Looks like an ooh or something. Bubbles of Borg has decided to join us. And of course, we are more than happy to include them. Ow. Why am I... That was weird.
Yeah, I can't wait till my current dilithium exchange goes through, because then I can buy the
It's a
Hydra ship
Darth
and get that straight
Vader
to the
outfit.
Black.
It's the Darth Vader outfit. That's cool. Sort of. Sort of. It's Zim! Is it Zim or is it Trunks? I don't know. I think they work pretty well together, though. Chaos, if you're going to join us, you got to put an X in there. That's the way this works.
You know my name.
I know I do know your name, but I'm certainly not going to invite you without you telling me you want to be invited.
There.
There we go. See, how hard was this? This is not a complicated situation here.
I don't know why you have to be so difficult.
Because I work with you, and now it just becomes an absolute necessity. So what are we doing at this point? What is what you would like to do? Because we're talking about TFO opportunities here. But no one told me so.
Things.
Lots of killing things. Well, it's nice that we're being specific here.
We
I have no preference for marks. They're all going to get me the same reward.
Yeah. But if we're gonna do anything, I need something with target practice. While Marcus wants to kill. Starbase 1, defend Starbase 1, but elite.
Okay. Defense Starbase 1 Elite sounds like a good idea. To get that. Do you think you can
I'm
handle
gonna
that?
get dead, but okay.
Well, if
You're not
if
gonna
you're going to
get
be
dead.
dead, I mean that's a little different.
You're not
That's
gonna get dead.
it depends. No, you
Much.
can't do it on special events. You can only do normal.
Uh,
So I guess you have to go down to.
Okay, so we're on advance. Okay, that's good.
okay, never mind. I just don't want to do an infected.
Okay.
Well, I mean, if we get near a full team, we can pick it. So
Sure.
Well, we can
Absolutely.
three. I know us. We can 3-man it, but I want to do something different. That's all. And if
What?
Osiris is still around, there's our fort.
I can join in.
Mom, I'm sorry.
No, I was gone. I just came back. I did.
Okay, awesome. I don't feel as bad
No,
now.
no. I was gone until just a second.
Please invite Mom.
No, no,
Frost, where's your manners?
No. What are we doing so I can get somebody that's actually got a ship?
Defense
We're
Starbase
doing
1.
shooty stuff.
oh,
Maybe a
do we need to
Kittimer.
level up Mom? Do we want to do patrols with Mom?
No, it's a level 1 too, and I don't even have a ship put together for it yet.
Oh wow, yeah.
Green
that's
Eyed.
right. I
We're
forgot.
doing a Defense of Starbase 1. Hopefully, we're going to try to find a way to do it with a little more. With some more advanced characters. We get to see Chaos do his thing, and I don't know if we're going to do the Quacken or not, but.
Well,
Yeah,
Frost, I
yeah.
was thinking that it would be better if we do a Kittimer.
Sure, whatever you want to do. I don't care one way or the other.
I mean, it allows for two sides, and it allows for good coverage and footage on y'all's end. And then there's a whole nother side where I can go over and test out my build.
And there we go. That sounds like a thing to do. So Kittimer Vortex is right there. Let's get it into at least advanced. Because we're not doing it at the absolute experts here. Whenever you get on Green Eyed, let me know. And we'll get you in this. Waiting for the green-eyed furs to get onto their tune. Waiting. He crashed. I thought that was what Chaos did.
No, that's what Deanna does.
You're not allowed to mess with Chaos's thing. He worked really hard to be a disappointment. Doo-doo. Do 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 do. Where is Green Eyed? I want to get this story going. No, that's fine, dude. It's fun. Beep 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 beep. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with this bag, but that's a lot of candy. It's gonna last
Is it
me probably
hard
the better
candy?
part of. No, it's chewy candy.
Oh, then you'll have to eat that up.
Well, I mean maybe. I don't really know actually. It feels like it is. I haven't opened it yet, but I think they're cherry versions of Lemonheads. And there we go. We invited Green Eyed.
Awesome.
Let's get this party started.
Wee woo.
We in the woo. I hope your machine is running well enough to get through this. And here we are.
Who's going where?
I'm going to shoot the thingies and the stuff. So I'm going toward the tactical cube.
Oh, there was a rumor that somebody wanted to test out a build.
Yeah.
I guess I'll go right.
Everybody go left. I go right.
Okay.
He's
everybody
gonna
goes
go
left, I'll go left.
left. Left, your left, your left, right, left. This is a very long cooldown.
Mm-hmm. I was thinking that this morning.
I am way too close to your ship, Frost.
Well, that seems like a you problem.
I am too close for my comfort level.
Well, it looks like you could almost dock inside my ship.
I know. That's disturbing.
He's not that kind of ship.
No, this is not that kind
Stay on your side!
Give me my 3 feet, man. Give me my 3 feet.
I didn't put you there.
This game, man. This game.
This is not a green personal space.
No, it does not. At all.
The pre-COVID game doesn't believe in space.
Space game that doesn't believe in space.
I just got a level.
Congratulations! My duodenum.
Ah, nuke the cube.
Boom! I think
No,
we
that
broke
sounds
it.
like it sounds like a euphemism for something.
What?
Nuking the cube. It just sounds like,
Yep.
I don't know what it would be, but it's a euphemism for something else.
I don't want to know.
Yeah, I'm not sure I do either, but it does sound kind of filthy.
I'm just gonna say it's Star Trek related and leave it at that.
It's it's an alien's euphemism for something. It's got to be some weird alien race.
Monty Python bit from the future.
Sure.
At the very least.
Nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
Yup.
If you know what I mean.
Indeed. Indubitably, madam. Indubitably. Okay, I got my side completely down.
We're down to just the last transwarp conduit.
I'm taking the gate out.
But
Yeah,
we're
that's
taking-
what we just did.
Yeah.
So we actually did better than you.
But there's 4 of us.
And
Well-
there's one of me.
Well, he's
Right.
braggadocious, so we should. Not the chickens!
Oh God, I misread your ship name as being the moisturizer, and I'm like, that's interesting.
This is the motorizer.
Not
That
the
I can live with a
chicken.
little bit more than the moisturizer. The moisturizer and the Jamam Haron just is, yeah. Maybe that's what nuking the cube is.
Oh, no.
He's having a very bad day.
Borg are not happy today.
Braggadocious. That's right. Is what chaos is.
braggadocious, but when I use cognoscenti in conversation, you comment on it?
No,
Well,
I
I know
don't.
what braggadocious means.
You probably know what cognoscenti means, too.
Nope.
People in the know.
People in the
I'm not
know.
in that no.
Okay, we are the cognoscenti of Star Trek Online.
Okay.
Hey.
It's a nice way of kind of saying nerds.
Nerd. Nerd!
We are the avant-garde.
I'm a cybersecurity engineer. I resemble that comment.
I dare say we are the avant-garde.
You know those aren't people, right? That's an attitude. Never mind.
No, that describes us too.
Ah! I see you, my good sir.
Do you? Do you really? Or do you just want us to think? you
Okay,
see?
Mr. Clean.
You know, I don't need to take this from you. I know where you live.
Hey, I'm not the one who.
I know where you live.
My goatee and my hair disappeared.
I pulled on my nose hairs, thank you very much. The goatee was
I
fine the
tell
way
you,
it
I ain't
was.
gonna- I say I just wanted my goatee longer, so I just moved the hair from here to there.
Well, it's still about the same length. I mean, I got it a little bit longer.
Meh. But
My
you-
wife
you
says I'm
look
only allowed
better.
to.
I like this version of you. You look like the Mirror Frost, so I can.
You're a frost. I like that.
You're missing the eye patch.
See, that's terrifying because the kind of things I can do on this side of the universe, I don't even want to imagine what I
You're
could do as a
missing-
mirror version.
To be Mirror Frost, you're missing two things:
What
an
is
eye
that?
patch and a leather police hat.
And a noted impatience for chaos. I'm
And
missing
a
that
pink
too.
beard.
A pink beard? I thought about dyeing my beard, but for some reason, it's something about gingers not being able to hold dye very well.
Yeah. No, it doesn't happen that way.
No, Mirror Frost has a pink beard, a leather police hat, and an eye patch.
Leather police hat.
Hey, is there a reason to hold on to a universal kit module isolation field generator?
I don't know. I mean, I have one on extra if you want it.
No,
So,
I have
no.
two. That's the problem. I'm not using either one of them, so it's...
I don't
never
find it
used
particularly
those.
useful.
Huh.
I don't know what you would use it for. It doesn't seem
Plus
to be all
stealth,
that
plus
effective.
damage to allies in range, creates an isolation field generator for 30 seconds, plus 440 stealth to all out of combat allies, plus 20 bonus all damage for a short duration after leaving stealth.
Okay, it's a ground, so
Yeah, it's definitely a ground, yeah.
If you want to play a
Oh.
stealth build, it might be useful. But, I mean, I don't see what would be very useful
if
other
you're
than
doing
that.
a 5v5 PvP match, or you're doing some,
Actually, then yeah, it might work for my new tune.
yeah,
Is he sneaky?
Sneaky sneak.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it has been 2 hours that I've been online, and always awesome to hang out with you guys. My eldest is home, and there are things that they want to talk about, and it is a very important day for them, so I was going to spend some time in doing that.
It's really good of you. That's being an awesome dad.
Don't let her hear that, because then then there's expectations. So I was going to ask if anybody has an idea of who I can raid.
Let me see who's out there.
Because you guys are fantastic people, and we got to keep the community together, so getting us to somebody else that is interested in the same kind of thing is always better for us. I don't have my Twitch open, so I can't see the other people. who are
Okay,
available.
we've got Maximus, who we have had on the show a couple of times, Medic 357, who I don't know, Redgate Trek, who I don't know, Baron Vizcopa, and Pred Metal.
Okay.
Also, Clark
The only one that I
007,
can spell
420.
is Maximus. I don't know any people's
Okay.
names.
And Priority 1 is also out there tonight, but they have lots of people already. Let's share the love with somebody.
how about Baron Vizcopa?
Baron Vizcopa.
I don't know how to spell it.
You want me to do the...
That's fine, if you want to do that.
You can set it up. Okay. We're set, so let me know when you want me to start it.
Start it now.
Okay,
Thank
yeah,
you so
10
much for
seconds.
joining us, everybody. As always, it's an amazing opportunity to hang with you guys and do what we love to do, which is Star Trek. And let's check out and give other people our love. Thanks. Check it out.
Rating.
Bye. End stream now to go to Baron.